cheese and bacon go really well together, and a lot of humans love that combination. Your pup is gonna love it too. And these cheesy dog biscuits are really a great treat for any pup. You can even make them in really small little bite-sized pieces to use as training treats if you'd like. These homemade dog biscuits are very simple to make with limited ingredients. So what you're gonna do, the first step you wanna take is to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And then we're just gonna take our ingredients and mix them all together. So I have 2.5 cups of whole wheat flour. I have 1 egg. Half a cup of, you can use bacon bits if you want to. I made bacon, I baked it in the oven, and I crumbled it up, and I'm just using real bacon, but you can use bacon bits as well if you happen to have those on hand. I have half a cup of beef stock. You could use chicken stock also if you have that. I just think the beef flavor I happen to have on hand, and I think that goes better with the cheese and bacon flavors. Not that my dogs probably would care either way. And the last ingredient is half a cup of cream cheese. I just melted it in the oven for about 15 seconds before I mixed it in here because it just makes it a little bit easier to mix when it's warm and soft. Now I'm gonna combine all of these ingredients together to make a dough. It forms a very dry, stiff dough when it's done. I just line a cookie sheet with parchment paper, and I make little balls of the dough that are appropriately sized for my dogs, and then I kind of squish them into little cookies and place them on the sheet. You could roll the dough out and use a cookie cutter if you wanted to. You could just leave them in little dough balls if you wanted to do it that way. However you want to do it, you know, it doesn't really matter the shape. Just make sure the size is going to be appropriate for your dog. As I mentioned, if you wanted to just make little tiny treats, you could do that and make training treats for your pooch if that's what you're using or you're looking for. Just remember that the smaller the treat, the shorter amount of time that it's going to cook. So the little tiny training treats, if you did a pan of those, you probably only need to cook them for about 10 minutes. These larger treats that I make cook in a 350 degree oven for about 20 minutes. You'll notice that they start to dry out and crack on the top, and that's when you know that they're done. They get a little bit of a golden brown color to them, and then you know that they're done. Keep in mind also that with these treats, they have no preservatives in them like commercial dog treats, so they don't last as long. So you want to store them in an airtight container. It's best to store them in the refrigerator. That helps them last a little bit longer. These biscuit treats are pretty dry, so they should last for about a week and a half to 2 weeks in the refrigerator in an airtight container. You can also freeze either the dough or the cookies themselves once they're baked, and they'll last a little bit longer that way if you're not going to use them all up in 1 week or 2 weeks. If you have any other questions, you can check out the link below the recipe here. That'll take you to my written guide. You can print the recipe. All the nutritional information is there, again, as well as the detailed recipe guide, so you can follow along with that. If you have any other questions, feel free to email us, info@topdogtips.com. Thanks for watching this video recipe.